Gadhvi. I'm very pleased to welcome you over here at our university. To tell you students, we have been associated at Bhavnagar University since a number of years. He was heading the Department of Marine. He's still heading the Department of Marine Sciences at Bhavnagar. I was heading the Department of Life Sciences at Bhavnagar University. Our departments were very close by, just a walk of a few meters. And we had a very good collaboration. So once again, sir, I welcome you to tell you, even though both of us are coming from a very small university, Bhavnagar, but he's well known among India in this thing, wildlife, and specifically in Gujarat. He has trained a number of school students as well as a number of college students in training as to how to preserve, how to conserve wildlife. He's an expert in bird watching also. So I wish we would have a very good experience today. And I wish all of us, all of you students, we go to Bhavnagar once, to his department, and we take him to the explore. We have a very beautiful marine national park near near Jamnagar. We have a Black Buck Sanctuary, just 50 to 60 kilometers from Bhavnagar at Velavadar, worth seeing. So I wish we go over there, we take him, and he would be guiding us over there. So once again, very good welcome to you, sir. It's my pleasure that you are with us. You have spared your time with us. Just as at my one phone call, he agreed to deliver this lecture. Thank you very much. And let us enjoy his lecture now. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Yes. Thank you very much, Professor Bharti Madam, for giving me an opportunity to share my views with the student and staff of Bioscience Faculty of Industrial University. Wildlife Week celebration was started since 1956, before the independence of Gujarat. And after 1947, that is after independence, government of India has given Gujarat as a bilingual state with Mumbai. In those days, there was a wildlife preservation department, and that department was headed by a personality who belongs to Bhavnagar. And he was Shri Dharmakumar Singh ji, younger brother of the last Maharaja of Bhavnagar, Sir Krishna Kumar Singh ji, whose name is with our university, Maharaja Krishna Kumar Singh ji of Bhavnagar. So Dharmakumar Singh ji was a great naturalist, and he has initiated this Wildlife Week celebration through the country to make the people, to make the students aware about the wildlife and the importance of its conservation. Let me share a presentation. I hope you would like this. Can you see this screen on your?
Yes, sir, we can see.
Is it visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. If we think the history, let us see the religious history. All of you must be aware about the event of Samudra Manthan. We don't know whether this event was happened or not, but it is a very, very intervened with our religious, the Samudra Manthan. Samudra Manthan is a wonderful thing to understand. All of you are knowing that when Dev and Danav has joined our sea, and they got 14 Ratnas. Panchajanya Shankh, Airavat elephant, Lakshmi ji, Kamdhenu, Chandrama, Vaijanti Mala, all this thing, Amrit, everything was they have collected from the sea. Then The sea himself said in form of a Vriddha Brahman that now I don't have anything and you'll just please leave this churning. There is a pain in my stomach. This is the story. But Dev and Danav were never stopped and they have continued churning. And what was the result? The wish has come out. This is the thing. This teaches that exploitation is always harmful. From nature has sufficient to fulfill everybody's need, but nobody's greed. This is what the Samudra Manthan said. Besides that, if you see the 10 avatars of our God, of our Hindu religions, the first 3, they don't have human body. The first is fish, Matsya avatar. The second is turtle, Kurma avatar. The third is pig, Varaha avatar. All the first 3, they don't have human body. This things shows us our evolutionary history. Then the 4th one is Narsimha. Narsimha has the head of lion and body of a man. This shows that still we were in those conditions that the man was not it is a mixture of man and animal. And after that, the Vaman avatar has come. So this is our history, our religion teaches regarding our environment, regarding the life around us, around human being. So man is not only, Umashankar Joshi is very rightly saying that પૃથ્વી ઉપર નથી એક જ માનવી, પશુ છે, પંખી છે, વનોની છે, વનસ્પતિ. Umashankar Joshi was a vice chancellor of Gujarat University and he was a great Gujarati poet. So equal to human being, all the other creatures around us, they has equal importance like that of man. If we see the great poem Ramayana, or if we talk about Rama avatar, there are few animals are worshipped. Jambuvan was a bear, Jatayu was a vulture, Hanumanji, Sugriv, Vali, Angad, all these characters were monkeys. So the association of man with the other wild animals is not a recent thing. We were living with them and we have to live with them. We have to coexist nicely if we want to survive nicely. Once upon a time, Albert Einstein has told that if you wiped out honeybee from this world, the mankind will collapse within 10 years. That is the importance of each and every creature around us. This picture shows that all the god and goddesses has some animal associated with them in form of their vehicle. Like some goddess has our common hen, that is Murga. Some has Hans, Indra has Airavat, Yam has buffalo, Kartikeya has peafowl. All this, Ma Durga has lion, Ma Vagheshwari has tiger. All god and goddesses have some association of some animals with them. If you imagine the picture of Lord Shiv, they have a tortoise in front of them, in front of him. Shiva is sitting on a Nandi. A cobra is encircling on Shiv's neck. This is a very important message to us that the animals are very important, and that is why the association is shown with god and goddesses. When I went to Tadoba National Park in Maharashtra near Nasik, I have seen a Vaghoba temple. They are worshipping tiger and they call that god Vaghoba. And that Adivasi people, the tribal people, they very strongly believe that this is the God which protect us, and they worship them. So this shows our association of animals, wild animals rather, with mankind since prehistoric time. Similarly, many of our cultural festival, for example, Nag Panchami, in many of the rural areas, still people offer milk near the burrows of snake. In our area, in Saurashtra area, it is a common phenomenon in rural area. There are plenty of temples in which the snakes, statues, and idols are worshipped. We worship people tree. Our ladies, they keep vrat of Vad Savitri. If we imagine the picture of Bhagwan Dattatreya, you can see plenty of animals surround him. So this cultural religious, our religious and culture, they teach us that animals, the importance of nature and all the natural resources. Even in Bhagavad Gita, the Krishna says, I am lion among the animals, and I am people among the trees. I am Garuda among the birds. So, भगवान कृष्ण जब कहते हैं कि पशुओं में मैं सिंह हूं, वृक्षों में मैं पीपल का वृक्ष हूं, इसलिए अगर कोई पीपल का ट्री काटते हैं, इफ एनीबडी कट द पीपल ट्री, ऐसा कहता है कि इसका ब्रह्म हत्या का पाप लगता है. So this is 365th quotes in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. This is our Indian culture. Not only in Bhagavad Gita, even in Sikh religion, in Guru Granth Sahib, it is said that Pavan, Pani, Dharti, Akash, Ghar, Mandar, Har Bani, all these what we call Panch Mahabhut, everything is a part of God. So that is why we have to worship our nature. We have to protect our animals. We have to protect all the creatures around us. Even in Jain religions, if you see, Ahimsa Paramo Dharma, Mahavir Swami has given this message that each and every animal has its own importance. It's a very interesting thing. The concept of conservation of nature and its resources, it's very old in India. Almost 2000 years before, Chanakya in Maurya's empire, and he has written Arthashastra, economics. And he was the first person in world who has given definition of Abhayaranya. In present days, what we call sanctuary. Abhayaranya, in a aranya, that is jungle in which animals, birds, plants can live without fear of being hunted by men. Recently, a couple of years before, in United Nations Assembly, Environmental Attorney General, Mr. Bruce Reach, he has told in US Assembly that India has a rich history and tradition of wildlife conservation. In Chandragupta Maurya was a great patron for the conservation. His kingdom, Kautilya, had not only authored a detailed procedure of wildlife conservation, but he has also prescribed severe penalty and provisions found guilty of the cruelty to animals. There are two types of laws. One is codified law and another is moral law. Moral law don't have any written thing. हम ऐसा कहते हैं कि हम अपने बुजुर्गों का आदर करते हैं. We have to respect our elders. It is a moral law. कहीं पे लिखा नहीं होता ये. But it is clearly written that if you murder, if you stab somebody, the Indian Penal Code 302 will be prosecuted and you will be behind bar or you will be hanged to death. This is a written law. It is known as codified law. So first codified law regarding cruelty to animal was given by India. That is why Chanakya has suggested and drafted. It is a great thing. We have a great cultural history. Chandragupta successor Ashoka, King Ashok, Samrat Ashok, had not only introduced protection laws, but he has ordered that all kind of animals should be protected from being slaughtered. And one of his several edicts has the four-footed animals, elephants, nandis, rhinos. These were the clearly written that these animals are very important for mankind and they have to be protected. We have a wonderful history and example of community involvement in conservation of wildlife. You might have heard about the Bishnois of Rajasthan. You might also have heard about the incidents of Salman Khan. He tried to hunt a black buck in somewhere in Rajasthan near Jodhpur during a film shoot, and still he is facing the problem of that law. And that Bishnoi. It is a very important thing of this word. Bish means 20 and Noi means 9. Their Dharma Guru in the 15th century, they said that that means Bishnois, has to follow 29 rules. And that is why they were called Bishnoi. So this Jambaji was a guru of Bishnois, and they said that you have to protect animals, you have to protect plants. These two laws were given among these 29 to be followed by this community. And they are still today, they are strictly following these 29 rules, and that is why they are known as Bishnois. If you are moving through Rajasthan, traveling through Rajasthan, and if you see black bucks or chinkaras and peafowl more around you, you will be certainly passing through any Bishnoi village. They are very, very strict about protecting their animals, all wild animals. Similarly to this community, in our Bhavnagar district near Mahua Taluka, and between Mahua and Talaja Taluka, we have Wala Rajputs. They are protecting black bucks with a religious feeling. Similarly, in Surendranagar district, in the villages known as Latuda and Katuda, near Lakhtar, the Jala Rajputs are protecting black bucks and Nilgais and Chinkara with the religious feelings. Similarly, in your area, in Mehsana, particularly Kadi Taluka, the Patidar community, Patel community, particularly in surrounding area of Visatpura, we have a wonderful black buck population, and there is no any protected area. They are surviving in agricultural landscape, and still people are protecting, though their number are dwindling because of industrial development. They are losing their habitat, but still they are. So this is the community involvement in our country, which is a great thing. I think there is nowhere in the world such an example where the people sacrifice themselves to protect their animals and plants. This is the example. The story of Amrita Devi Bishnoi, you might have heard about that in the 1731. That is in beginning of 18th century. Maharaja Jodhpur ordered their army to bring good timber to build their palace. And when they have tried to cut some khejri trees near Bishnoi village, a brave lady known as Amrita Devi, she protested. She said, we won't allow you to cut, though whatever you are. They said, we are people of the Maharaja Jodhpur, and it is a Maharaja's order, and you move away, otherwise we will kill you. She said, very bravely she protected, and she said, still I am living, I won't allow you to cut the trees, and she hugged the trees. The Chipko Andolan was started from 1731 in India by the great Amrita Devi Bishnoi. Unfortunately, the soldiers of the Maharaja have not heard her request, and they have cut her head. This thing happened in front of all villagers, including Amrita Devi's 3 daughters. They were at the age of 12 to 17 years, 12 to 18 years old. And by running away from this incidents, they have, instead of running away from this incidents, वो सब भाग नहीं गए. Instead of that, they have protested and they said, आपने एक अमृता देवी का मर्डर किया है तो क्या हुआ, हम सब हैं. And they have started hugging all the khejri trees around their village, and that cruel soldier has started this slaughter since morning to evening, and they have killed 362 Bishnois. For what? For protecting khejri tree. The tree they are worshipped as their goal, because their guru Jambaji has told them that tree has a god inside. Bhagwan ka vaas hota hai ek ped mein. Such an incident, that sacrifice of 362 people for protecting their forest, has never happened anywhere in the world. Then Maharaja came, rushed there and stopped this slaughter. But soldier has killed since then 362 people. You just imagine, such a history has never happened anywhere in the world. This is our Indian culture, and that is why we are, though we have only 2.5% geographical area in the globe of the earth, we have more than 7% wildlife in our country because of this culture and filling with our environment. This is the picture of that incidents. You can see this picture, the slaughtered women and men, and this community's intimacy with the wild animal. A lady is bringing up a small fawn of a antelope along with her own child. All these chinkara, this deer are known as chinkara. It's the smallest antelope of our country. And these chinkaras are adapted to live in desert condition, and hence they are common in Rajasthan and our Kutch area of Gujarat. So all these are wild animal, but you see the intimacy of this animal with the local villagers. This is the animal have protected, and they have made their place in the heart of this local people of our country. And that is why still we have a very good condition of wildlife in our country. Zoological Survey of India has carried out a survey in early 90s that we have 7.46% of biodiversity in our country. In world, there is 136,830 species are so far identified. Of them, 16,2900 out of 16 lakh, almost 17 lakh species, we have 1.36 lakh in our country. Almost 7.46, that is 7.5% of total wildlife and biodiversity occurring in world. We have, though we have only 2.5% of geographical land in our country. If I talk about some important wild animal, it is said that wolf is the animal has the highest distribution after mankind. In entire globe of the world, human being is the only animal who has spread over largest geographical area. And second to man is the wolf, the grey wolf. And grey wolf is the animal in all the wildlife which is highly studied. Plenty of books and research paper and articles are available on grey wolf. But the condition of this animal is pitiable. We have lost a large population of wolf. According to Dr. Jala, he is a senior scientist and dean of conservation department in Wildlife Institute of India. He has carried out a survey across the country in 90s, and according to him, no more than 3,000 wolves are occurring in India, surveying India. The government of India has declared 13th August as a Wolf Day, along with the United Nations Environment Program. So this Wolf Day is celebrated just to make the people aware. Our Bhal area, just now Bharti ma'am has told you that we have a Black Buck National Park very close to Bhavnagar. I request Honorable Madam that she will arrange some educational tour or something, and you will enjoy that wildlife. So that entire Bhal area, that between Bhavnagar to Ahmedabad, that area is known as Bhal area because it is a tabletop. It is a condition like tabletop, and Bhal means forehead. Our forehead is Bhal. So that area has a stronghold of wolf. Almost 60 to 70 wolves are surviving in Bhal area out of merely 250 wolves in entire Gujarat state. So the another important animal is tiger, our national animal. Recently, the Tiger Day was that 29th July. In St. Petersburg, a tiger summit was held in 2020, and all the country who have tiger population, like Bangladesh has, a part of China has, Siberia has, India has. So they were collected for making a strategy of conservation of tiger, and they have make a resolution that by 2022, all the countries should effort to make the tiger population double to whatever existing in 2010. Recently, our Prime Minister has declared that our tiger population, India's tiger population is 2,967 tigers. That is 75% of the global population of tiger we have. But 3,000 is nothing if you see the history of tiger in our country. The Britishers has carried out an estimation in the beginning of 20th century, that is in 1900. It was an estimation of 40,000. It was a Bruhat Bharat. Pakistan was also under India. Bangladesh was also under India. So in that India, the early 20th century, the tiger population was estimated 40,000 out of 981 protected area in India. It was interesting. 87 protected area were Britishers' own game reserve, and remaining were that of the Indian princely state. And game hunting, that is shikar, was one of the important threat for wildlife. Unfortunately, that was taking place in our country at a rampant level. Just a minute, I had to attend an important call. Please, so there is a data collected by some of the journals, including Bombay Natural History Society. A small princely state in Madhya Pradesh known as Sarguja, and the Maharaja's name was Ramanuj Sharan Singh Dev. On his name, the hunting of 1,100 tigers from his territory. You imagine, that was official record. And some authority says that unofficial was 1,400. 1,400 tiger killed by one Maharaja. Another example was Maharaja of Rewa. Rewa was also a princely state of Madhya Pradesh, and he has recorded 900 tiger hunt on his name. Another Maharaja of Udaipur, Fateh Singh Ji, he killed 500 tigers. Maharaja Nripendra Narayan Singh Ji of Kuch Bihar, that is presently our West Bengal, he has 365 tigers, many leopards, 207 rhinos, 438 wild buffaloes, 133 bears, 259 sambars. You just imagine, this is the hunting record of one person. A book by Prerana Bindra, recently published in 2017, She said that 1800 and between 1875 to 1925, this is the hunting record of British India, 80,000 tiger within 50 years, only 5 decades. And all of you are biology student and you know what is the importance of a top predator in a food chain, in a food pyramid. The tiger is on the apex of the pyramid. And when you kill that animal, you are losing, you are breaking the chain of the forest food chain. And what would be the result? Entire environment become unstable. 80,000 tiger, 2 lakh leopards, 1.5 lakh wolves, and many more. This is the recorded things by some authorities. That is a natural history journal of Bengal that used to be published in since 19th century from Calcutta. And you see this picture. Shikar was even common in Mughal era, in Jahangir era. In Jahangir Nama and Akbar Nama, these 2 books, they depicted that plenty of animals were killed in Shikar. But it is said that since when the firearms were invented, that has taken a huge toll of animals. Since recent phenomena of some of the important wildlife we have lost, that is bustard, the great Indian bustard. If you see the graph of the great Indian bustard since 1969 to 2020, a steep decline you will observe. This is the endemic species to our country. And it is said that we don't have more than 100 birds on this world, and that is living in India, and they are facing extinction. This is the major challenge for government of India to protect this species from extinction in the recent time. The another species, what you see at this bottom right corner, is Mcqueen's Busta. This species is visiting India from Persian countries. And United Arab Emirates has started a breeding program since last 3 decades, because they are hunters. They kill Hubara. They say that we keep on hunting, but we will produce Hubara. This is Mcqueen's bustard or Hubara bustard. And within 3 decades, by captive breeding program, they have produced 7 lakh Hubara. And they have released successfully in their natural environment, rehabilitated the population, and they have continued killing of 5,000 birds every year. If the people are hunting, okay. But if the species is protected, then the United Nations Environment Program is also not preventing them, because they are producing many times more number of birds, whatever they are harvesting. Unfortunately, we don't have such any program that has to be initiated. Recently, government of Rajasthan has started, with the help of Wildlife Institute of India, a breeding program, a captive breeding program of Great Indian Bustard in Jaisalmer. We wish that the program will succeed, and like that of Mcqueen's Bustard is saved from extinction by United Arab Emirates, government of India can save this species. Still, we have hope. This is the picture of across the boundary of Balochistan. The birds don't know the country geographical boundaries of different country. They keep on flying from one country to another country. Mcqueen's bustard and Great Indian bustard are protected in our country as per Wildlife Protection Act of India. But it is not so in the neighbor countries. So when they cross the boundary, this is the fate. ये होता है. जो शिकारी होते हैं वो, they are waiting for the species and they are killing. There is another game hunting is still continue in the Arab countries with the help of falcons. They train the falcon. The falcon trade is a major threat also, because it is a part of a pet trade, and it is an illegal trade running across the world. It is said that the trade of wildlife article, it is the second largest illegal trade after narcotics across the world. And we are losing plenty of species through this way. So this is the pictures I have collected from internet. And you can see it is a big market. All this illegal market of pet trade of a trained falcon, which single falcon cost more than $1 million American dollars. This is our fate of our critically endangered species, great Indian bustard. And we call this windmill as a green energy. I don't know why. Only single district of our state, Gujarat state, is losing 1 lakh bird every year by collision with power line. See this picture. Great Indian bustard has a very poor eyesight. And when they fly it during night, because it is a grassland bird, it lives on grassland, on ground. They can't sit on the top of the tree. They don't have that kind of their adaptation or the structure of their food. So they are living on ground. So when any stray dog or a jackal or a wolf, they try to hunt them, they run behind them, they have to fly to protect themselves from their predators. And when they fly at night, they can't see the power line and they dashed with the power line, and this is the fate. The same thing happened with our elephants in Northeast region as well as in our South Indian states. You see this data between 2012 to 2017. We have lost almost 3,000 elephants within a span of 5 years. And majority of them are either poisoned or electrocuted. Why? Because we are encroaching. We means the human being are encroaching their habitat. On all the direction, we are encroaching forest area where the elephant will go. We should have some policy level decision with our government. We should have some planning for these animals, because the animals also have a right to live. In a book in the 16th century known as Jahangir Nama, they say that their army has 40,000 elephants, much more than the total wild population of our country present. They were captured, and many of the elephants were captured from Gujarat also. They used to say, it is written in Jahangir Nama, that the wonderful elephants and cheetah they used to capture for their shikar party from our Dahod area. Today's Dahod area. If you visit today our Dahod area, there is no forest remain, only grassland remain. Everything is degraded. This happened within last 500 years. This is a big challenge for the conservation of large wildlife like elephant. Dr. Kailash Chandra, Director of Zoological Survey of India, he said 7.49% of all fauna species of the world are there in our country. 4 species of fauna and 18 species of flora we have lost in last few centuries. Another Dr. Mao, the Director of Botanical Survey of India, he said much more than animals, we are losing plants also. Since 1750, we are losing our diversity at a very fast rate than that of the natural rate of extinction. It is said more than 1,000 times more. The rate is accelerated. Itna zyada extinction rate chal raha hai. You can see this. Within last less than 500 years, we have lost more than 500 species of animals and almost 600 species of plants. That means every year we are losing more than one species from this planet. I got opportunity to read these 2 wonderful books. and I request you all that if you get some time for extra reading when you finish your regular work of your homework or whatever your curriculum, academic curriculum, if you have some free hours, try to read this book. It is available. Even online is also available. Both these authors are from Gujarat. Dr. M.K. Randy Singh ji is from Wakaner. He is retired as a senior secretary from Ministry of Environment and Forest, Government of Madhya Pradesh. And it is he who has drafted our Wildlife Protection Act 1972. When he was a secretary in Ministry of Environment and Forest, Government of India. He was on deputation in the Indira Gandhi's ministry. And he has drafted, a Gujarati man has drafted our Wildlife Protection Act. And it is considered as one of the best acts across the world. The most comprehensive act across the world is our Wildlife Protection Act. All the animals and birds are protected under legal protection, under 1 to 4 different schedule as per their categories. So these 2 books has given a wonderful information about how and what was the condition of our country's biodiversity and wildlife 100 years before and what is the situation today. Prerna Singh Bindra, she is born and brought up in Gujarat, though she is Punjabi girl, but she is born and brought up in Gujarat, and she has written this book, The Vanishing Wildlife of India. This is a wonderful book. This graph, if you see, a Wildlife Trust of India, a Delhi-based organization, has prepared this, and Down to Earth magazine, they have published this article. They say that they have given a comparison of tiger habitats in India, and they have said that a steep decline is observed. The habitat is also losing, and that is why tiger population is also, we are losing at a very fast rate. Since 1970 to 2010, what is the situation? Within just 40 years, we have lost more than 75% of habitat as well as the population. If this situation continue, by the end of this century, we will lost many of the species, including our national animal. This data is given by Down to Earth magazine. If you see this, 114 square kilometer of forest land was diverted to non-forestry purpose, for industrialization, for urbanization, for agriculture, for the upliftment of tribals, whatever purpose it is. It has been transferred and it has been destroyed. The 114 square kilometer of area, it's a huge landmark. And state-wise, that data is given by Down to Earth magazine. You imagine, this is the big challenge, that a government which is responsible for conservation of the species, one department is responsible and trying to conserve, some other department is handing over the forest land to non-forestry purpose. Situation of lion is bit better. In 1880, Lord Clive, when he was invited by the king of Junagadh, the Nawab Sahib of Junagadh, he has tried to hunt a lion in Gir forest in 1880, but when he was moved in the jungle for 2 days, early morning to late evening, he could not find a single lion in forest. Then he realized, a Britisher realized, and he asked that Nawab Sahib of Junagadh that we couldn't see a single lion. So now you should stop hunting if you want to protect this species on this earth. Rather, he has ordered, because it was a British India and Britishers were ruling. So since then, the Nawab Sahib of Junagadh has started protecting lion. And you see this graph. Only 12 animals were left when British India has carried out a population estimation of lion in 1880. That 12 animals were protected, and you see year-wise rise in the population. That population has thrived. Why? Because lion is the animal what we call as a king of jungle, and our local people of Saurashtra region, they worship lion as a Narsingh Bhagwan. And that is why the sympathy of people that animal has received, and hence the animal is protected, and still the population is thriving. So merely 12 animal, that population is rising. You see, in 1995, 2001, it has crossed 300. And if you see after that, last 20 years data, you see in the last census 2020, the lion population has reached to 674. And what happened in case of tiger? 40,000 to it has gone down to 3,000. 40,000 to 3,000. Why? Because tiger could not make its place in the heart of the local people what lion has made. I don't know why. Probably that is the mentality of the culture of the local people might be playing role. That is why this species is, both are big cat, both are top predator. But lion is protected by the local people and tiger is not. And that is why this is the situation what we are feeling. You can see the picture in this slide in the right bottom corner. A lion is drinking water just adjoining to a village, within a village, adjoining to a house. And just 10 meters from that lion, a man is photographing this big cat. This big lion is almost 300 kilograms in body weight. Huge animal, can kill a full-grown buffalo with a single smash. And a man is photographing this lion from his mobile just within a 10 meter of distance. You just imagine, and nobody, because lion has confidence that man, this surrounding people, they don't harm us. And the people also know that lion never harm people. That is why lion is growing, thriving, and tiger is dwindling. This is the situation of tigers in neighboring countries, our East Asian countries. They are eating all the body part of tigers, and they are so cruel with the animals. You can see this living tiger, the condition of this living tiger. It is said that China has much more captive tigers in their private collection than what the population in natural condition we have. This is WWF, World Wide Fund for Nature's data. And this is the situation. So if the people don't have sympathy with the animals, it is the animal cannot protect it. It is very difficult. That is why Gandhiji said that if you want to see the culture of the people, you have to see how they are treating their animals. So all the countries have lost their tiger population. China was also having a similar population that of India, but they have lost everything. And we have 75% of the global tiger population in our country still today. This is the condition of East Asian countries. They are collecting all the body parts of animals and they are selling illegally for making many of the articles from the leather, from the body parts, from their meat, from their bone, from their genital organs, and so on. We don't know why. Because some of the mentality of the society, some peoples, we can't understand. And all this, what picture you are seeing, This is an illegal trade collected illegally from the forests. See this condition of pythons, one of the largest snake. This python is surviving on the border area of China and India, the northeast region, reticulated pythons. You see the number in this picture, how many are slaughtered so cruelly. This is the another conflict between men and animals. Human disturbance is gradually increasing in our natural area, our wilderness area. And that is why the animals are coming into human settlements, urban areas. You see that this lioness sitting in heart of the village on the boundary of Gir. On another picture, you see a lioness is sitting in a forest, and the people who are trespassing, जो जहां से पास हो रहे हैं, वो ये गिर का ही पिक्चर है. वो रोड के right in the middle, a lion is sitting, and people are waiting a lion to go away. They are playing horns, disturbing him. You see this. In another event, a leopard is attacking on man. A tiger is watching on the people who are repairing the roads. You see, we have plenty of roads, main roads passing through the forest. The forest animals don't have peace. अगर कोई राह चलता आदमी आके हमारे ड्राइंग रूम में आके बैठ जाता है, ऐसी बात हुई है तो क्या हम सहेंगे? रास्ते पे कोई भी आदमी निकलता है और आके सीधा ही अपने ड्राइंग रूम में आके, अपने किचन में आके बैठ जाता है, क्या हम ये सह पाएंगे? Because this animal don't have language, they can't say, they can't protest. So when they are irritated, they attack on men. And this is the last thing. This is what happened. See, an elephant in heart of the town on the periphery of a forest in Kerala. This is the thing. Another recent example of extinction, vultures. In 1980s, it is said that we have more than 3 million vultures existing in our country. This is the picture taken in 1980 in the outskirts of Delhi. After that, this was the situation. Just because of a drug invented for veterinary practice, and that drug, anti-edema or anti-swelling, that veterinary drug has created harm because that drug cannot get excreted out from the body. It gets accumulated in the muscle. When that animal dies and it is being eaten by a vulture, the vulture is facing this head drooping syndrome. This is because of visceral gout. A disease होता है जिससे kidney fail हो जाती है और ये vulture मर जाता है. The Bombay Natural History Society has carried out a survey during 1992 to 2007, just between 115-kilometer track between Agra to Bharatpur National Park. And you see this picture, the data of the vulture count on that road, it has collapsed from 21,000 to merely 31 within only 1.5 decades. This is the situation. It is said that the extinction rate of this vulture, authority said that entire Asia, not only from India or adjoining country, but from Asia, we have lost 98% of vulture population. You imagine, this is the key species for decomposition process of carcass. The animal which dies either on road or by some disease or something, there has to be disposed of their body parts, and that function is being done by vulture. It is the major consumer of carcass, and that is moved away. For what? For an unknown practice of diclofenac, sodium or diclofenac, potassium drug, which is invented for a veterinary practice. The Chemist and Drug Department of Government of India has placed ban on selling or transportation or production of this drug for veterinary purpose. But for human treatment, it is still continue. And many of the veterinarian, they are giving a 4-time dose of a human used, that is the drug which is used for human treatment. The same thing they are purchasing from market, medical store, and they are administering to the cattle. This is wrong practice. It is also a big challenge to protect this key species, which is responsible to clean our environment. But unfortunately, we have lost. We have a captive breeding program in Pinjore in Haryana, in Sakrabagh Zoo in Junagadh, and many other places in our country. At 5 places, Government of India had started captive breeding program for vulture species. If I have 5 minutes more, I can complete. Only 3-4 slides is remaining. Madam, it is 12 o'clock. Can I have?
Yes, sir, you can continue.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. This is the picture of Jagannath Puri, that is Orissa coast, a place known as Gahir Mata. Gahir Mata is a sanctuary now, and it is said that almost 1 million sea turtle, olive ridley turtle, used to come on the Orissa coast for nesting. But because of mechanized fishing, when people were utilizing our sea, that is, fish is a natural resource, and all the fishermen have right to capture the fish for their livelihood. We accept that. But still, the mechanization of fishing was not started. The wild animal like turtles and fishermen both were happy, and they were coexisting nicely. But since then, the mechanization has started. Trawling, machine trawling has started. This was the situation. All what you see is the dead bodies. It is a carcass of marine turtles. This study was carried out by Dr. Vibhas Pandav when he was a scientist in Wildlife Institute of India, Dehradun. Today, Vibhas Pandav is a director of Bombay Natural History Society, and he has written plenty of articles to protect this animal and to protect this animal from fishing. And they have invented and they have started, but still their death toll is continuing, and we are losing this animal at very large extent from our country. So to protect the marine animals, marine wildlife is also one of the big challenge in present days. This is another challenge. In all the forests are facing a problem of mining, either for stone mining, building material mining, or metal mining. In South Indian forest, there are copper mines, iron mines, aluminum mines, stone mines, everywhere are mining. And wherever they are mining, they don't care about our loss of habitat. This is the periphery in Gir, where it is a corridor area for lion. It is lost. This is the another challenge. Road kills. Our heavy traffic, heavy automobile plying on roads, heavy loaded trucks. Animals are not habituated with the floodlights and halogen lights of traffic and automobiles. They get blind when they face this bright light in their retina. And this is the fate you see. We lost number of tigers, leopards, even elephants within truck and dashing with the railway lines. There are plenty of railway lines passing through the forest, and we are our important wildlife, large animals we are losing. But still we have some hope. If we wake up, we wake up today. As of 2021, there are 981 protected area, including 104 national park and 566 wildlife sanctuaries, 97 conservation reserve, community reserves, 51, including 51 tiger reserve, 32 elephant reserves, and so on. And recently in Lakshadweep, Government of India has declared 4 important protected areas. One is Sea Cucumber Sanctuary, National Park. And the name was given from the freedom fighter of that area, KK Muhammad Koya. The Cucumber Conservation Reserve. A largest marine protected area is also in Lakshadweep, that is Attakoya Thangal Marine Conservation Area. And a marine bird protected area, a marine bird sanctuary is also declared on the name of PM Said Marine Conservation Reserve. This is the only one such protected area in the world which is meant for protection of birds. This is the last slide I would like to share with you, which recently in the 6th August, it was published by a segment of United Nations Environment Program. They have made a panel, and it is known as Intergovernmental Panel for Climate Change. And they give their annual report at every 10 years. And this is the 6th report they have published on 7th August 2021. They said that emission of greenhouse gas and global warming is very fast increasing. If we will not stop this, many of the area of our country will sink in the sea level rise situation. They have given these 2 graphs. One graph, the left side graph shows you the 100-year situation. If you see till 1850, since revolution, the industrial revolution was not started, was not even speeded up, the greenhouse gas was not there. It was, the global temperature was average, maintained. But since 1850, it has started rising at a steep increase. And since 1950, that increase has become steep. So if this situation will be continued, by 2050, we will lose major part of our coastal area of our country. An entire Maldives island will sink. Even New York will face severe problem. Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata, our Bhavnagar, Madras, all will face a severe problem of sea level rise. So it is not only the duty of government, it is all the citizens are responsible, and we have to wake up. हमें जगना पड़ेगा, हमें fossil fuel का उपयोग घटाना पड़ेगा. We have to stop producing greenhouse gases, otherwise we will lose everything. So with this, I will conclude my talk, and I hope you have liked it. I don't know whether I have you have got interest or I have made you bored, but I have enjoyed talking you, and I thank Professor Bharti ma'am for giving me an opportunity to share my views with the students of Indrashil University. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for motivational speech, sir. As well as I would like to have, if you have any questions regarding this topic.
Most welcome, please.
Any questions from students? Do you have any questions? Please raise your hand. Okay. Okay, sir. Myself, Dr. Sanjay Karan, sir. I'm the secretary organizing of this event. So on behalf of Indrashil University, sir, I, Dr. Sanjay Karan, express my vote of thanks. Before that, sir, I want to say something regarding this event, because when from my BSc level, I'm being a part of this Wildlife Week. I have visited your Bhavnagar University twice from my MSc level and my PhD level. Even when I was working in Maharashtra MS University, from there students also came over you, and you have taught us so many things regarding the field work, sir. How to observe birds in fields. So special thanks for that, sir. I have learned a lot from you. I hope the students over here may come in future to visit your university and uh, even learn as I have learned from you, because you're a very good teacher regarding the field work, sir.
Thank you.
Even
Most welcome.
okay. So on behalf of Industrial University, I express my gratitudes towards Professor Aya Gadhvi, sir, for accepting our invitation and giving his valuable time to our students and sharing your immense knowledge and experience in the field of wildlife. I hope our students have noted all the important points said by you, sir, regarding the Indian wildlife as well as the conservation of it. Secondly, I would like to thank Dr. J.S. Yadav, sir, the Provost of Industrial University, for providing the stage for celebrating this Wildlife Week at our campus. And the motivational speech given by our Yadav, sir, to initiate the program and regarding the Wildlife Week to our students. My special thanks to uh, Dr. School of Science, Bharti Madam. Basically, before starting this event, when I just said that, Madam, I want to start Wildlife Week this year, without using a single second, Madam said, okay, you can continue. And from that point till now, I'm getting a continuous support from our Dean School of Science, Bharti Madam. She is working non-stop for this event. And thank you, Madam, for your continuous support. And my special, I would like to express my sincere gratitudes to Colonel Sharma, sir, Abhinand Pandya, sir, Ashok Tanna, Amit Verma, and Samir Bhai for their for the supports. I also thank our faculty members, Dr. Randhir, sir, Dr. Haren, sir, Dr. Rupesh, Dr. Ankit, Dr. Kiran for the support, as well as the faculties from School of Engineering for the valuable supports. Special thanks to technical persons, name few, Jay Patel, Rakesh Shah, Jayesh Rajput for photography, Anuj Patel, Prachi Kandar Patel for the technical support, and last but not the least, the event is not successful without the participants. So all participants over here, attendees over here, thank you for your presence. And the main part of the event are volunteers, those who have working for this event, all the students, my main volunteers, without whom this event, I haven't thought of it. So thank you, my all volunteers. And if I'm missing anyone's name, so please forgive me. Thank you, sir. Hope, sir, in future, we would like to have you and lecture from you as well as physical lecture in our university. I hope Bharti Madam will arrange one lecture like that. Then you see once again.
Thank you. Shall I leave?
Bharti Madam, would you like to say something? Wait, sir. Bharti Madam would like to say something. Wait, sir. Wait for a while.
So I hope all of you have enjoyed this amazing. I've heard him really talking on this specific subject, though we have been at Bhavnagar for a number of years for the very first time. And I myself have enjoyed this lecture very much, along with all the faculty members who have reflected the views on your lecture. Okay, you've enlightened us on the reasons why we should would be starting to look from this particular point. And we would like you soon to be at our university for your would be more effective than this. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sir, myself, Dr. Kiran, and I'm from Department of Bioscience. And I'm not from exactly from this wildlife, and because this is the first time we just got an offer to just sit like a students and we are just listening continuously. On the eve of Mahalaya, like today we are starting Mahalaya, and tomorrow onwards Navaratri festival is going to start in Gujarat. And it's a very good start, sir, because your first slide onwards, I'm just watching and I'm just requesting Sanjay sir to give 1 minute to speak on this particular topic because it's really fascinating a lot. You connected the like all the goddess, what we actually worship, with the animals. And it is very difficult to like even shift our seat for a minute if we are a real animal lover. because we say we are all animal lovers and we protect nature. We like service, like we do all the service to the, like all our worship to the God. Generally, God we need to see in our own parents as well as family members, near and dear, everyone, friends, all around us. Along with that, we need to definitely, it is very pathetic to see some of the pictures. Sometimes myself and our dear faculty, one of our faculties, we are not able to see those pictures, which is really very cruel to what is happening with the animals. So let's say, students, let's take the pledge of protecting animals. This is one of the responsibility. Hindu religion, koi bhi religion mein le lijiye, we also believe on punarjan. We say like if you are really doing good karma, so we'll go on somewhere in good life. Okay, maybe it go to the different animal species, but this is what the condition with the animals also. Okay, so much of narcotic, after narcotics, you said like this is another very cruel area where they are doing all kinds of businesses. So these are all the different challenges are there, and also highlighted by our Yadav sir, many important issues we need to address. So thank you, Lord sir, for special thanks to our Dean ma'am for arranging such kind of wonderful presentation. We really miss you and we want to see you in physically, like persons like you with a lot of experience. And of course, those 2 books, what you are actually suggested, we will make sure that that will be available in our library very soon, so that it will be available to all our like students. Okay, thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
Sir, Yadav sir is also there on the Yadav sir, you can join, sir. Want to convey the message? I think he's just switching on the video. We're just waiting for a minute. Sadanand sir, can you just unmute yourself?
Yes, sir. Please.
Yes, sir, you can please convey.
Want to convey to sir? Can you hold 1 minute, please?
Sir, kindly unmute yourself and switch on the video.
Yeah, Kiran sir.
Yes, sir.
Just 1 minute. Okay.
Okay.
Our sir would like to say his thanks. 1 minute.
So, sir, Jayesh Yadav sir is our Vice Chancellor and Provost of our Indrashil University. And he is our real mentor, and for all our scientists, he is one of the organic chemist, and he is also wildlife lover. So he shared in the morning only, shares so many scientific views, like the places where he visited and the kind of challenges. Like he also given some of the tasks to the students to look forward, because it's not only the science is not only limited to laboratory, but of course it is going to the different wildlife. So he addressed it initially. So now his sir is going to join.
Kiran sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Sir is in another meeting.
Okay.
Sir has conveyed his thanks and all the blessings and congratulations to all your team.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.